It might not be Monday, but it can definitely be Feral Tuesday. I've missed y'all. So I've had this palette for a long time. I got it way before it came out. I love it so much. I think we should use it today for sure. Also, I can't decide if I like this one more or the Celestial. I always forget the name of the other one. Let me grab it. Cosmos palette. I always forget the name. I literally just get so excited and I just reach for it. I can't decide. I really love, I guess I like this one more for the summer months, which is when it came out, and then I like this one for fall. But let's do a look. I really want to just use, I kind of want to use this one and this one. I did already film a look that I need to post, and it's the green, so you're going to already see the green. So let's do some of the purples. I love purple. Ooh, I'm excited. Got it. We're going to do our clean canvas. I'm going to use the shade Fair, and the reason I'm using this instead of the clear base is because this one is going to give us a blank canvas in a sense. It's going to cover up the undertone, the skin tone. It's kind of just creating a much lighter base. And remember, I've said it, but we have new friends join us every single day. The lighter the base, the truer the color. So these shadows are going to look almost identical to what they do here in the pan on my eye. So let's take this all the way up. And the Labor Day sale that we're having is almost over, so I'm going to get y'all a link for that. This would be included in the sale, and by itself it's going to be 15% off. But we have our eye bundles and another one. You'll see them on the site. They are 20% off. So it's up to 20% off, and we've never done 20% off, and it's almost over. So yesterday, you know what? I would have filmed, but we did take the day off, and on top of that, Ben was building a fence in the backyard. It was so loud. I came up here and I was like, it was hysterically loud. I was laughing so hard. So after he got done with that, it was already so late, and we were just like, let's just take the day off. We don't ever take days off. And it was really fun. We had a really nice time. So if you're wondering where I was, for one thing, during my tutorial time, it sounded like they were building a new complex outside my window. It was so funny. So now that we're going into fall, some of y'all might still be hanging on to summer, and I get that. I love it. Where I live, we hang on to summer till Halloween anyways, but I like to think it's fall and express that with my makeup. All of that being said, I'm looking for my clean canvas. Hang on. You know what I just thought of, and I should have thought about this sooner, is that I really want this purple to stand out. The crease here is going to be fine, but let's add a little bit of black base. I'm just going to lightly wipe it away with my finger. That much there is fine. It's not that crucial because the black is so black, but the black base is really going to make this purple jewel tone pop. So let's grab that. My City Color base in Grim, so affordable. Let's just put it there. And then, where is Sheila? I don't know where Sheila went. I have my little camera lens wipe. And then we'll just tap this out. You know when the black base comes on, you're gonna have to trust the process. So I did add just a little bit more. Let's make sure that we smooth it out. It doesn't have to be transitioned into our clean canvas, but we do wanna make sure that that base is really nice and smooth across the lid. Might sound repetitive, but if you're having creasing, it might be you're using the wrong brush, you don't have synthetic bristles, it's not short and dense, or you're just not taking time to really even it out. I want y'all to have fun with makeup. I don't want y'all to dread doing your makeup. I don't want you to ever be afraid of makeup because it can be so much fun. Okay, let's go. Yeah. I'm so excited. Now you might be thinking, why are you just picking up so much product? Because I want to pack this on. Oh my goodness. The way that I know y'all are going to love this palette, because you can go absolutely feral with this palette or you can do simple looks with this palette. So now all we have to do is transition this, and it's going to create the perfect transition. And it's very easy. This is such an easy way to do a more spicy look a really good way to switch it up without adding too many shadows. If you feel like you want to do something a little different with your makeup, you can do one jewel tone and then you just do the black base and then the base closer to your skin tone towards the brow. And the base kind of does the work for you. Then we're gonna add that light purple. Where'd it go? This one, yeah. That's going here in the center. Just never look at fallout as an issue. What I would want you to look at is maybe patchiness from a purple, and this one is so smooth, especially once we clean it up. We all know that we have to clean up so much. But look for how the shadow applies. Never judge it by fallout. Micellar water, cleaning all this up. I might actually do more of a rounded eye, but I do want to at least start to clean. And then I didn't have my eye cream on, which I'm about to put on right now. Do you know what I am really excited for in my makeup life? It's that we don't look at fallout anymore and we don't go, ew, that's terrible. The technique of picking up a lot of product on your brush and packing it onto your lid is going to cause fallout, but it's also going to make the eye look incredible. So fallout was never a bad thing. And I'm going to touch really quickly on the Subculture palette from ABH. I'm going to use this one as an example because at the time there were lots of makeup pages that thought that was the worst palette in existence. And I never had one issue with it because of the technique I chose to use at that time. Never any issues. Some of you might not know it, but some of you might. And it's truly about technique. Actually, I think I want to use, and trust me on this, I want to use this dark green. And I just want to ever so lightly press that here and darken it. E. Tiny little things like this make such a difference. That E was good. E. And then we'll press it over here, but we're not going to connect it. We'll just darken it a little bit. And then that'll help us round out later. Using the E27. So if I've been reaching for any liner, gel liner I should say, it's this one. I'm going to do a couple swipes just to warm it up. And I'm not going to do a wing, but I want my lash line to be extra dark. This one's from Stila and it's the smudge stick. Stay All Day, of course. Stingray. That's the shade. I want to do a purple waterline. I didn't tag it is because I grabbed Damsel, which is the brown one. It's me, I'm the reason making I have nice things. We'll just do brown. I kind of like the brown anyways, but I'll tag it right now. I highly recommend these. Remember, I've used all the liners. These are just so easy to use. They have really good blend time. You can smoke them out without them becoming too patchy. I'm gonna look up and do my top waterline. I just love them. I'm so excited. I know it looks like a mess. Remember, we have to trust the process. This is gonna be a gorgeous eye look. Well, to me, I love purple. I'm just gonna throw on some mascara. I'm gonna do falsies, but I'll tell you what the mascara is. This is the one from Anistasia Beverly Hills. But what I was going to tell y'all is I'm so excited because I'm gonna go get a coffee after this. I'm really in the mood for my coffee today. And I'm gonna let y'all know what I get. It is, I don't know if y'all could guess it. It's so plain. I feel like some of y'all might even judge me for it. So sometimes I get a brown sugar shake and espresso, but I don't like to drink those every single day, but what I do drink every day is an iced black coffee. I call it the coffee of sadness. But tell me in the box here, tell me, what do you get from Starbucks? Now let's do our eye cream. Remember, I mentioned I didn't even put that on. I knew I was gonna do something feral and I was gonna have fallout. When you get feral, there will be fallout. I felt like just throwing on a House of Lash, iconic light lash. Yeah. I have to push it down into the lash line a little bit more, but we don't really want to mess with it until it even gets more tacky. So there we go. It's placed. I'm gonna grab some here on my little brush that I always use. And I'm gonna do this so I can kind of finish up around the eye first. so it has time to sink in. If I put eye cream right on top of this, it's going to be a nightmare. Also, this is a fun fact. Ever since I went and got contacts, because I have needed them for a while, I don't want to talk about it. Okay, I should have went sooner. But I feel like I'm not squinting as much, so my fine lines are less visible. Also, we all have different skin types and we all enjoy different things, but for me, this has been the best eye cream I've ever put under these eyes. I'll be 35 in a month, and I have no fillers, none, obviously. My lip. Now that it's set even more, I'm just going to clamp it, and I'm still clamping it to my skin. I'm not clamping it to my lashes. I'm just making sure that it's sitting here really nicely and that my natural lashes are pushed into that falsie. And then the glue I use is my Duo Line It Lash It. This is my jam, and it's been my jam forever. I love how quickly it gets tacky, but then you're also able to kind of still manipulate the lash before it completely sets. It's just really, really, really amazing. And one major tip before we move on, if you've struggled with falsies, it probably was your glue. Actually, I've got a couple dry patches from my retinol recently. I'm gonna put some of this on. Shake it up real good, and then don't forget to do this too. And then I'll just put a couple drops on my little brush here because I only need it on a couple spots. My skin feels pretty nice. I did 2 drops on my brush, but I have a little bit of retinol peeling around there. And then I usually get retinol peeling between my brows. Now, I've only swatched this. This is the new REM Beauty Foundation. I have not worn it. Ooh, it feels super fluffy. Let me show you the texture. It looks thick, but it's not. It's a very fluffy, puffy situation. See that? Okay. I do feel like a little bit's gonna go a long way. Let's see what happens there. And by swatch, when I swatch something, I'll literally just put like a tiny amount and then I'll blend it out with my finger and I see if it matches. Yeah, that matches nicely. Good enough. Okay, I'm getting messy for it too. Put this on the back of my hand. I don't want to waste that. Sheila's coming in handy. The shade I'm wearing is light 7C. I was right. I can't tell. No, I don't think it is scented. I think that's my lotion. It's hard for me because you know what I did like was the Fenty tint stick. I really liked that. I don't think I'm going to just hop up and down over this foundation. Not that it's a bad one. I just feel like I would rather just grab my Revlon one. It's not doing anything too fantastical. And I can tell that this is a really good tip if you do want to try it. It has a lot of skincare in it. So scale back on your skin prep or your primer, whatever you're using, because it will start to get patchy. A lot of these foundations that are adding a lot of skincare are kind of not pairing nicely with all of our skin prep. So it's not a bad thing. It's just something to keep in mind. Again, I really think it looks nice, but it's not just making me jump up and down. Do you know what is wild? That this foundation brush can take this much foundation. See that? That's not a lot. It's not thick on my hand at all. Okay, we'll just put it right there. It can take that much foundation, and because it doesn't absorb, it just keeps going. That's what's wild. I love these brushes. I love them so much. They have made my makeup life so much better. So now we need to grab a little bit of the foundation here, a very small amount, and we need a fluffy brush because we don't want to cover this up. We just want to fluff around it, and we're going to start to clean up. And this is where the biggest difference comes together, and it just melts everything in. And the moment I learned how to do this, I was unstoppable. And I just really started to enjoy my makeup so much more, and the process of the makeup. I want the tiniest amount here. I want the least amount through there. And then I want to start to, and I'm tapping. And I'm trying to round this out. I don't want this to be any kind of cat eye. I really want it to be soft around here. So we'll do like a C through there. That helps keep it nice and round. We're just going for a little bit different shape today. I don't know if y'all follow Rose and Ben Beauty, but they just posted. I actually don't run that account. So if you ever, if I don't respond over there or it doesn't seem like me, I don't run that account. That's just me. It's always me over here. But that all being said, we just posted hours left to save. But what's really cool is that picture and all of the pictures that you see Ben takes. We do this together and it's incredible. It's really, really fun. So I don't know if y'all have tried this. Y'all know I'm not, you might not know, I don't like assuming, but Shape Tape hasn't been one of my favorite concealers in many moons. I'm talking years. The formulas just don't work out for me. I don't know if I've tried this one, the Shape Tape Radiant. I believe this is pretty new. So let's try it out. I think already it's going to be a little too warm. We'll see. It looks a little too light too, and I know you're thinking, what? Listen, your concealer could be sabotaging you. Even if it's just a little bit too light, that can absolutely sabotage you. So let me grab my Mob Beauty collab. If your concealer is kind of emphasizing fine lines, looks gray, has a cast, get a color corrector. We love this one. You can use it as eyeshadow and color corrector. This is with my collab, the collab that we did together, Mob Beauty and I. So I'm gonna go pretty heavy because this is going to be a little too light. Do this with our C31. And just like our eyeshadow primer, we wanna make sure that this is nice and smoothed out underneath the eye. Now granted, we don't wanna take it down like we would concealer. We wanna keep it pretty focused, but we do wanna just do a couple passes back and forth of tapping to really make sure that it's nice and smooth, because when we have to do more than one layer, it definitely needs to be smoothed out and even. All right, now let's talk about our Shape Tape. I picked up the shade 22B Light Beige. I will say the Tarte also runs a little too heavy for me. And also, how much the wand picks up is way too much for my under eye. It was already too much for my 23 or 25-year-old under eye. My 35-year-old under eye says, listen, no. It says respectfully, no. So I haven't even dipped back in, and do you see how much? Okay, look at how much was on here. Not, again, this is me, it's just a teaching moment. It's not me ever saying that a product is terrible, it's horrible. Never. We don't do that, because there's something in the makeup world for everyone, because we are all different. But the under eye is a very thin area, and 99% of the time it does not, 99% of the time the under eye does not enjoy a lot of product. And that would have been way too much product for my under eye. Also, notice that I always reference myself. I never want anybody to feel like they're doing something wrong, because that can scare you off from having fun with makeup, and that's not what I'm here for. But I am here to kind of give you ideas of when things aren't going right, what might be happening. Nice. Now I don't have a cast. That corrector underneath there just warmed it up perfectly. Blend it out really nicely. I'll keep you updated on how it wears. I'm gonna take the golf cart to Randall's, and it's humid today. Now I dug something out of my makeup drawer that I forgot how much I loved it. This is the Huda Beauty Tantour, and it's really good. It's really, 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 really good. So I'm gonna use the shade medium, and it's potent, okay? It is pigmented and potent. So let's just use it. See that little bit? Boom. We're already bronze. Now we could, of course, build it up, but just start with small amounts. This is a product I don't see anybody talk about anymore. I hope it's not discontinued, because it is fantastic. And it's actually a very high coverage product. So you get a little extra coverage, but you're getting it with your bronzer. This is definitely going to be a bronzer. It is very warm. But I like how it's called tantour because you can get shape from bronzing. So I think it's so properly named, especially in a time when everything is called a contour, even when it's super warm. I'm just excited to get this back out. A lot of times, of course, new things come out, but then sometimes products are just so good, we got to go back to them. And this is one of them for me. I'm excited to start using this. And I don't think I had the C40 the last time I tried this. So that's the brush I'm using. And it feels pretty awesome to have a brush that goes with it so perfectly. Notice that I'm pouncing though. Warm up the nose a little bit. And then my other side of my forehead here. Oh, also notice I have no powder on my face. That's really important to notice. Because it's a lot easier to work with this before you get any powder. Because once powder's here, it might not be blending together as nicely. Moira Cosmetics purple pencil. I told y'all I wanted a purple waterline. I'm through it. Did I get it on me? No, I didn't. The shade is just number 15 purple. Then we'll take our C42 and just blend around the edges. I'm even blending up here, just kind of blending that down a little. Can even tap it into the edges of the eyeshadow. Wait, should we do a little bit of a pinky purple under eye? It is Feral Tuesday. They're all feral days now, I can't be stopped. Let's grab this Juvia's Place liquid blush. These are incredible, by the way. This is called Blush Lily. Again, that's gonna pick up too much. So what I'm gonna do is just wipe it on the lid, and then I kind of wanna, and we'll just do the purple under eye through here. And it's gonna look pink, but there's a lot of lavender. It's not directly purple, okay? Honestly, that's what it makes me do. I just think makeup is so much fun. Let's blend this out with our C31. Again, I still don't have any powder on. Look at how pigmented that is. This is a really good way, another way to blend your liquid blushes too, before you get any of your powders on. Kind of blend it into there, into your concealer. Now remember that C31 that we used that has the black base on it? Let's put that underneath here, just a tiny amount. See, that's all we're gonna need. And it should still be tacky enough. Also notice how I'm holding it. I thought of everything when it came to these. So this is the more angled side, so it's gonna fit under here perfectly and not come too far down. All right. We need more purple. Now let's set. I really like this one size. I'm just dusting the powder off right here. What I'll do, sometimes it'll get caught right there. I'll just kind of grab it and just tap it with my nail. There we go. And that gets it off the lid. But let's grab that on our Rosenden Beauty, the setting puff. Oh, let's make sure it's nice and smooth. Let's see, there we go, perfect. There we go, blendy, blendy, and then we're gonna go right in. And this is one of the pinkest powders I've tried, but it's really nice, really brightening. And I really like it whenever I am testing a foundation that might be a little bit too warm. It really helps to kind of balance any kind of warm tone. So I'm actually gonna pop this all over my foundation. Not quite as much as I put on my under eye, but just a little bit. Too much and I could turn into a straw. Before we move on, I just noticed that, I mean, I already knew it was furry, but it really reminds me of a Muppet, which makes me love it even more. I don't share a lot about my life, but I'm a sucker for a Muppet. I'm not really big into Disney, anything Disney related. I don't dislike it, but I'm not a Disney person. But if there's a Muppet on my television, I'm enamored. They're just so cute, and the way that they move their mouths, and they're just so furry. Maybe it's because they remind me of Douglas and Jean. Now let's grab this shade again. Grab it in the center of the brush, and I'll just do some taps, cover up the black. Perfect. So I bought this a while back, and I forgot I bought it, even though it was super spicy priced for how small it is. Hourglass. And I have a question. Are these now the size that is being sold, or is this just a mini? Because it doesn't say here, and I remember them being a lot bigger, at least that much bigger. Yeah, they were like that much bigger, but I might be mistaken. So, aw, prototype. Okay, squirrel. But I would like to know, is this the current size or what's going on here? I just thought this would be so pretty with this. Haven't used this in a very long time. It's pretty. It's really pretty. Kind of makes me want one of the blush palettes. I feel like I have one somewhere. Now we're taking this shade and that's going on our inner corner. I need to blend this side a little bit more. I really feel like y'all are gonna like this palette. And I also want to mention how easy the purple is to work with in here. I feel like that was actually evaluated and that was taking into consideration. And what I'm talking about is, I talk about this a lot. Purples are a very fragile pigment. I don't care if it's a Natasha Denona, Pat McGrath. I'm just mentioning those two because those are held to a very high standard. But purple is a very delicate, soft pigment. It wants to become patchy if it's over blended. It has a very small threshold of how much you can blend it. But this purple is, and of course this one too, but this one's more of a, you know, super shimmer fun time. But it's very easy to work with, extremely easy to work with. So I highly recommend. Did I just find my new fall lip? I should say my more nude one. I feel like it's an elevated nude. That is gorgeous. And the only thing that lightly transfers is the lip liner, see? And that's so mild that, also what a cute little lip shape. This is stunning. So this doesn't come off at all. I think that this is going to be fun. This is a liquid lip from Revlon. And I liked how cool toned it is before it dries. And it definitely has a frost to it as well. This is gonna be pretty. I know y'all are just mad already. Frost! No, I love frost lipstick. And then before it dries, I'm just going to grab it and use my Sephora Dress to the 90s lip liner to define and shade it even more. And because this has a glossy finish, it's gonna be really pretty with the frost. Okay, I think I found a new favorite lip color. Wow, I feel pretty. Now just to finish and make sure everything's really nice and rounded, I'm grabbing the tiniest amount of this on our fluffy brush, and I'm gonna start here and then I'm going to tap and do a C right here just to make sure it's really nice and blended and connected and not a cat eye. The lashes are still going to give us a little bit of lift since they are flared towards the edges, but I didn't want to do just a really clean lift there. And there you go. Feral Tuesday, followed by Feral Wednesday, Talk Through Thursday. No. I have been a little out of control with the painting, so we'll do a really pretty neutral look tomorrow. I am going to post, I did a video on TikTok. I'll post the link here because I found out that y'all can watch the links here. But I will post it on TikTok later this evening, and then we'll use it today. Well, I'm sorry, we'll use this tomorrow as well, and we'll just do a quick, not a no makeup. Listen, I've missed makeup, and I want to put on makeup. But I will do a more neutral look, something that y'all might do more than whatever this is. Now, in case nobody has told you today, I love you so much. And I don't know what I'm posting tonight, but I know that I will see you there in the comments.